Players backstage getting ready to come out for tonight's 2 matches. In the John Higgins-Jamie Jones match, how do you think that's going to end up?
I think it's going to go really close, to be honest. You know, it's not much between them. John may just shave it because of his experience, but you know, Jamie Jones, as I said, played so well to get here, and he loves the Crucible. I'm expecting that to go pretty close. Of
course, that's the last of the first round matches to be completed, but we're getting ourselves set as well for the start of the second round match between Judd Trump and Tom Ford. So it's time to head over to our MC, Rob Walker.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We started on Saturday with 32 of the finest players on the planet. And by the end of tonight, at last, we will be down to 16. 8 top seeds have tumbled, but that means we've got some truly intriguing second-round matches to come. It's been superb in Sheffield so far, and it's about to get even better. Welcome to the climax of Day 6 at the Kazoo World Snooker Championship. Please welcome a player who produced a brilliant clearance in the last of the session yesterday to close the gap, bidding for a 4th appearance in the last 16, 12 years after a run to the quarters on his debut. The conqueror of Neil Robertson is after another big win tonight. Here comes Neath's Jamie Jones. And his opponent, without question, one of the all-time greats. 5 frames away from a 26th appearance in the second round, 28 years after his first. The 3rd most decorated player in history. The pride of Scotland, the Wizard of Wishaw, the one and only John Higgins. And on table 2, what a moment this is for a man making his first appearance in the last 16 at his 5th attempt after that maiden Crucible match win over Ricky Walden. 3 times a ranking event finalist, including this season's International Championship. Some say there's a passing resemblance between us. So Sheffield, would you please be prepared to welcome the exceptionally handsome Tom Ford. And his opponent, the most decorated left-handed player in history. His 10-5 win over Hussein Vafai secured a 12th second-round appearance, 13 years after his first, which led to the final. Champion, of course, in 19. Winner of 5 major crowns already this season. The one and only ace in the pack, Judd Trump.
Well, we'll keep track of John Higgins and Jamie Jones, which is also available on the Red Button and the BBC's digital platforms. But it's the 2019 champion, Judd Trump, against world number 14, Tom Ford for us. And Joe Perry and John Virgo are standing by.
Thank you. First frame. Tom Ford to break.
Good evening, Richie, and good evening, everybody. Both players have come out looking very relaxed and happy to be in the second round, I would have thought, with all the upsets we've had so far in the tournament. Nice to have Joe Perry alongside me. I don't think this is as one-sided as people think it might be, Joe.
Evening, John. Evening, everybody. No, I don't see why it should be. Tom Ford is improving year on year. He's climbing the rankings. He's here as a seed this year. They've played a few times recently at this venue, and it's always been pretty close. And I think the other thing is, I think Tom will enjoy playing Judd. You know, he likes that style of play. He's not going to get bogged down. So I think they'll both enjoy the match, to be honest. They both play a similar kind of game. Obviously, Judd a little bit better at it, obviously, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Bit of a loose safety shot that from Judd. Left a pot on here. But quite wide of the mark. Just about caught the far jaw. Was half a chance. Well, if anything easy for Judd. The red closest to the cue ball will come right centre, but no value in that. The cue ball running into the other reds. So just playing a safety. Just got to catch this just right. That red on the left-hand side of the table. Didn't catch it right, and that's why he made a contact with that, and he's knocked it over the pocket. So here's Judd Trump's chance now to get his hand on the table and get that cue arm going. Weak safety was that.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting that the tables were recovered last night, so it doesn't look like there's any change really. It's probably the same roller cloth, so they still look extremely fast. It might be a little bit more grippy. They're brand new. Don't take players at this level too long though to suss it out and get the speed. Judd's got the speed already.
Yeah, we were getting a few oohs and ahs there, weren't we? Was always in.
Seven.
I'll just overrun that. He's got the pink as the second option. Problem is, at the moment, as you can see, the black tied up. Love to get in a position where he could cannon that red away from the black. Maybe able to leave the red just above the black if he pots the pink. All depends on what potting angle is on this ball. He won't be able to play a cannon. I think he's also a little bit concerned where the pink's going to go. Yeah, just not got the angle.
Done pretty well there. A lot of cue power to get the cue ball even to that far up the table. And he's avoided the ball colours, and this is coming down nicely for this red. What's the angle going to be like this time?
19.
Well, got a couple of reds here can choose from. Not sure. I don't think either of them. Well, the one just to the right of the black, possibly, but playing this one is going to bring reds into play. Maybe advance the pink up the table. Wow. Always missable, that shot. Always missable. She's trying so hard to generate the power into the cue ball.
Judd Trump, 19.
Be very disappointed though. You know, in those situations, never take your eyes off the pot. Tom a chance now. Nice easy starter. He'd have been a little bit disappointed with his first attempt at the red into the right middle. Now he's got to play the cannon here. I know there's a few loose reds, but cannon the pink, bring the pink into play. You'll be unlucky not to be on one. It's hard to envisage him winning the frame with the pink and black out of commission. Just a soft cannon.
Oh, he played the cannon, but he didn't catch the pink full in the face. You can see here, it just hits the side of the pink. That's why he loses the cue ball. Need to catch that full in the face when playing that shot. So, red is potable, but hasn't got a lot of control. Doesn't know where the cue ball's going, and the pot's difficult. So may just accept defeat here and run away to safety.
Tom Ford, 6.
So a nervy start from Tom. Understandable. He's playing Judd Trump. World ranked #3 in the world, so a bit tentative. Should be all right though, and settle down.
A lovely safety shot from Judd. Good line on the cue ball. Hasn't snooker Tom on all reds, but he's made it almost impossible to get back to the balk area with a conventional shot.
Yeah, and I have to say at this juncture, Joe, Judd Trump's all-round game has improved no end, hasn't it? His safety play is top draw nowadays.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I don't think, because he's so excited and plays so many wonderful attacking shots and these flare shots, I don't think his tactical game gets enough credit. I think he's capable of competing with anyone now in that department. He's one of the best.
Well, he's in a real spot of bother here, is Tom. I mean, the red closest to the side cushion. If he's tight to the cushion, he may be tempted to play the pot. We call it potting your way out of trouble, because I don't see any safety. As Joe said, there's no return to the balk end. There is a 2-cushion escape with pace, but even that isn't going to get it that safe that you don't leave a pot on. So it's the 2-cushion escape with pace here. Trying to catch the red thin. Oh, he's finished up. It's in the one in the middle pocket, and I suppose you'd settle for that. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. Judd looking at this red in the balk area. He's going to play, try and pot it. Just bring the cue ball round. Leave himself on green or brown. Yeah, he did. Nice pot that. It wasn't easy. Awkward cueing. Nice.
1.
He was a bit bolder than what I predicted. He pretty confident strike really, playing for the blue. And he's not landed too bad here. So, same sort of problem facing Judd as
6.
faced Tom. It's a decent chance this, but it will only become a great chance when either the pink gets back on the spot or the black's in play.
7. 12th. Judd Trump, 12th.
Well, that's exactly what we were saying. You know, you've got to keep going up for the blue. When if you said to him, just pot the red, he'd have potted it, no problem. But he's just trying to get that good angle on the blue. Took his eyes slightly off the pot. Nice shot. Needs to stop short of the baulk line. And it will. Nicely on the yellow. I'm just wondering here, Joe, would it any value pot the yellow and try and cannon into that red and the black? But he's going to come down this end anyway.
Yeah, not a bad shout. And if you'd think any sort of contact, he'll be on a red. If he misses it altogether, he's still big favourite to have some kind of pot. Because as much as they're in the open, they're all a little bit covering each other at the moment. Can be got at, but you need to be quite precise. So yeah, I would imagine Tom was playing for the red second away from the right-hand side of the black there, but he hasn't landed on it, so he's going to have to play the one closest to the corner pocket. And he's going to do well to get the cue ball out of there and get nicely on a colour. Well, that's one way of doing it. That was a clever shot, very clever. Went the other way. He's landed okay on this yellow.
Seven.
Yeah, that time he did land on the red I was talking about, but he's just overdone that one. If he'd landed straight on this pink, it would have all of a sudden been a decent chance, but that's landed in just the spot he didn't want it to be. A bit more up the table or a bit more back, it would have been ideal.
Well, he's playing the blue. Got to avoid the kiss on the yellow. And needed to avoid the bump. Is he going to get a nice kiss on this red? He is. That'll do nicely. Well, he's done all the hard work and he had a result being on that red.
12th.
Well, both players guilty of missing the easiest of pots, mainly because they're thinking about the next shot rather than the one in front of them.
Yeah, I think Tom believes he had a kick on that last shot, and the red through thick. He sort of made that gesture straight away. He was up very quick.
Yep.
Well, let's see if we can detect the kick. Hard to say. Does look accusingly at the cue ball. Mean it kicked. Well, I'm not quite certain what he played there. I mean, the red being so close to the baulk cushion, he was bound to get a double kiss. Well, whatever. He's left a pot on for Judd.
One.
It's okay. He's on the brown.
It's funny, isn't it? Some frames we have
5.
that red and black been tied up the entire frame. I'm sure both players have been looking, itching to get it open the whole way through.
6.
Oh, that's a lovely kiss on the blue. That could have put an end to this little visit for Judd, but that's just about perfect now.
That puts Judd 24 points in front. He had a good angle there to play the cannon on the red and black, but it was risky. And he realises that 3 of these open reds with colours will get him to the
12.
point of the snookers required. Once again, he could play a little cannon on the black here, but as I say, it could stop him having good position on the red. I think I'd be inclined to play for the open red rather than the cannon. Well, I decided to play the cannon, and that was the problem. It could go wrong, and it has.
18.
Well, trying to keep it
Trump,
going
18.
with a speculative double. So, Tom Ford, 31 points behind. Still 51 remaining. This frame, and no conclusion in sight. It's just reaching the 20-minute mark. I'll be surprised if there's many frames that there's going to be as long as this. It's just the first frame, I suppose.
Red on. Too tough to take on. Tonight, Judd Trump is beginning his quest for what would be his 11th world ranking quarter-final of the season. And one of the reasons
he's left this. And Judd looking for 2 reds, 2 colours to clinch this first frame. It's the type of shot where you just make certain of the pot. You know, you don't know whether you're going to kiss into a baulk colour, but concentrate on the pot, which is done. Oh, and he's kissed into the green, and it couldn't have gone worse.
1.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have had aspirations of winning the frame there after knocking that red in, but he won't be too disappointed to see the green go safe. It's more insurance should Tom find a way back into this frame.
Judd Trump, 1.
That's why he's tried to put the pink awkward as well. So 32, the difference. Judd looking just for one more red and a colour.
Tempting, very tempting to take the red on. This red and the brown would be enough. How close was that? And he hasn't got away with it because I'd expect Tom to pop this off the cushion.
He was so close, Trump, as the red was going towards the pocket. He wasn't sure whether it was going to fall or not.
One.
Now, has he dropped absolutely perfect on the blue to be able to move the red or drop him behind it? It was to move it. It couldn't have dropped any better, could it? He's potted the red off the cushion.
6.
And you couldn't have placed that any better. Another good one.
And now the value of the green, Joe,
Yeah.
in sharp focus.
Absolutely. Very difficult. Well, difficult to get the double where it is. Well, what an intriguing opening frame this has been. Both players
11.
have had a lot of chances. That's where he'd need to be to get the double. Just a little bit higher up than the blue.
The green was hampering normal cueing there. He had to stand up on the shot a little more than normal.
Well, the double is on from there, Phil. Well, you heard people saying good shot as he struck it, but it wasn't such a good shot.
16.
He wanted to be on the brown, for sure. So Trump lives again. Just needs one ball. A little kiss would have been good.
16.
Wow, and it nearly got the kiss. This is the green, look. Never looked in any danger, but just hit it too hard. Oh, that is very fortunate. Holding his hand up. That'll make Tom feel a lot better.
Quite often commentators describe a double kiss as deadly. That was lucky. And so was that. The old cocked hat double.
Yeah, but he didn't play it.
4.
He didn't play it. And he's the wrong side of the blue to get to the pink. Surely Can't take this one on. I think if you could get nicely on the pink, then it's worth taking on. Wow, what good cueing. What good cueing that was. And we were right down the barrel of it, wasn't we? Superb shot. And he's got another.
15. Thank you. That's enough.
Excellent stuff. It was a Rolls-Royce cueing from Ford. I think in terms of its pure technical excellence, Tom Ford's blue to set up that frame snatching chance in the first was one of the best shots we've seen in the entire championship so far. If he's not confident after that, he should be. Judd Trump, it was a low-scoring, scrappy frame. All of the cards were in his favour, it seemed.
Judd Trump to break.
And yet, he's breaking off in frame 2, playing catch-up.
Yeah, I think if there were anything that he could play again, it would be the pink that he was putting safe. He didn't actually get the pink safe, did he? Because Tom potted it. Long red to the left corner. Back to normality. Well, he's left a couple of reds. Red to the right corner and one to the middle.
One.
That won't give him a lot of confidence, that shot. It rattled the red when it went in. So not ideally on this red, so
8.
probably go down for the blue.
Nine.
Halfway through this season, it looked as though Judd Trump might make over 100 centuries in the campaign. He was knocking them in for fun. Second half of the season, though, they've slowed considerably. 40. He still made more centuries than anyone else on tour. 76 this season, which is a superb feat. But
15.
Trump is at his most intimidating when he's blowing opponents away with big numbers. And that's when he enjoys the game the most.
Perfectly
90.
played. Just wondered if he can play for the black or is the red in the way.
$20.
He could. So just one more red available, and then he's going to have to disturb something. And he might do it this time. He could go into the reds and try and catch them half ball.
27.
And the cue ball would go down towards the blue. Or he could just go down for the blue.
28.
Not the best angle. May have to come off the side cushion with a lot of topspin. This is one of the hardest shots to open the reds from. Lots of topspin. And he could be on one, actually.
33.
No, appears not. Would have played it by now.
Judd Trump, 33.
Because the first frame was so entertaining and ultimately so dramatic, it sort of sneaked up on us that it took 30 minutes to play. These two are rarely involved in frames of that length. But when you get to the World Championship, you'll play for as long as it takes. Good news for John Higgins fans. For the first time in the match, he's opened up a 3-frame gap against Jamie Jones. Higgins leads 7-4 in that race to 10, the last best of 19-frame match of this year's championship. And the implications of that contest over on Discovery Plus are immense, because Higgins has to win it to keep alive that unbroken tenure of a place in the top 16, a 30-year occupation.
Yeah, Tom played a poor safety last time round. Was fortunate not to leave a red on, but he left an easy safety for Trump. Well, once again, very, very fortunate, Tom Ford. Oh, look at the cue ball.
He almost looks embarrassed when he gets some good luck. Doesn't embrace it in a positive way.
He can pot the red, that's nearest the left corner. But the cue ball, there's no escape. He can't put anything on the cue ball because it's so close to the cushion. So only thing he can put on it is topspin, and it looks like it's going into those 3 reds and a pink if he takes it on. Yeah, he's forced the mistake. Try to find a path back to balk.
For now, pink and black out of commission, but the other 4 colours will be easily accessible.
One.
We always talk about Jack Lazowski as being the best player still waiting to win his first world ranking title, but Tom Ford has to be included in that conversation. 3 times a runner-up. It's the old
Tom Ford 1.
Willie Thorne blue, and this is a man who grew up playing his junior snooker in the Willie Thorne Snooker Centre.
That's incredible, isn't it? And he caught the pink perfectly. Half ball.
What?
That's what he wanted. And that's probably what he was thinking about. I want to catch the pink half ball, not full ball, half ball. Never thought about missing the blue. Never entered his head.
Just to give what I was talking about a little bit of context, the late great Willie Thorne, who mentored Tom Ford, he was in control of the 1987 UK Championship final against Steve Davis. Missed most extraordinary simplicity and lost.
Yeah, it was a little bit like that blue, actually, but the other side of the table. Similar type of shot. And he was on top at that stage. He was
15.
bossing Steve Davis, if you like. But that blue, he couldn't recover from it. Poor old Willie. But what a gift.
21.
What a gift that Ford has given Trump.
22.
And he'll know how much this will hurt Tom.
$28.
60 points the difference. Just this red needed.
$29.
He'd have been feeling pretty low, you know. Had Tom Ford scored heavy there, and he could have done very easily. Developed the pink, and Trump might have just have been thinking he's had a bit of run here.
35.
I'm feeling pretty low. My memory's let me down. It was 85, the UK Championship final, when he missed the blue. Not that it
36.
affected the tone of the story. This match has been all about a couple of blues from Tom Ford. Won a brilliant blue in the first frame. Here in the second, a blundering blue.
42.
Oh, what a cheeky shot. What a cheeky shot that was. Opening the reds up as well.
Judd Trump.
The first frame was on the black. The second was won decisively by Judd Trump. It's 1-1. Impeccable timing as we return with Ford not only breaking off, but immediately placing his opponent in trouble.
Always fortunate when the cue ball ends up behind the yellow. No player plays it like that. Because if you don't get it behind the yellow, if you did play it behind the yellow and didn't get it there, you're leaving a red on. So they always play it to the baulk cushion. And it ends up there when they catch the reds a little bit too thin. But he'll take it.
Oh, miss. On 46.
May have left a red on.
The tables were reclothed last night. That's my only explanation for that misjudgment from Trump, because he had quite a wide target.
Yeah, but by the same token, it should have slid more to the right. You should have it lower down if the cloth's just been recovered. Doesn't make sense that he's hit the pink. Unless he overcompensated.
6.
Well, it's given Tom Ford a good chance. The black's available to both pockets.
Seven. $14. $15.
Ford scored decently against Ricky Walden, winning 10-6 in the first round. Made 7 half centuries, including top breaks of 85 and 83.
22.
That's the scene here as John Higgins finds himself in the balls again. Oh, Ford was as well. He's not there anymore.
Tom Ford, 22.
Now the question remains, can Trump see this red? Looks like he can.
1.
Well, what a miss. The blue in the last frame and that red robs your confidence so quickly. He needs Trump to miss. Otherwise he'd be thinking about that misread for quite a while.
Yes, he is a dweller, there's no doubt. Trump knows that in the past Ford's head has
9.
dropped in adversity.
Just looking at that red to see if it will go into that left corner. Tight, he could take it to the middle. And that's what he's done. If there was any doubt whatsoever,
16.
doesn't want to miss an easy one.
$17.
Yes, and got the right side of the blue. He's got choices whether to play for that red near the cushion. He's left-handed, so that's easy enough. Or go into the reds. It's not the best angle to go into them, but he can play it. And he couldn't have played it any better. What a split. What a split. But I don't think he's on anything easy. He's on one. He's on one to the baulk corner, at the very least. It could have been so much easier. Yeah, nicely played. Recovery shot.
I'm glad he knocked that in, because the previous attempt to split the reds deserved something.
just slightly harder. It's okay for a
25.
right-handed player, and he can play right-handed, there's no mistake in that, but still tough shots. And it is a little switch to right-handed. Right in the middle.
26.
And stunning round the two cushions for the blue or green. But looking at the reds there, surrounding the black, there's only one that's relatively easy. And this is the one.
31.
Now the two reds above the black, I think one of them will go.
32.
So if he's got the angle, he can play the cannon to the two reds by the pink and remain on the other one. Nicely played.
39. $40.
And beginning to find his touch. When he takes this red, it releases one of those two close
45.
reds into the right corner. So everything going according to plan. Needs to leave an angle. Oof,
46.
wow. Needs to leave an angle on the black here, just to stun up for those two reds.
Tramp's heart would have been in his mouth as that latest red went towards the pocket. It just about flopped in.
53.
And now 2-1 is beckoning.
$54.
Well, that was kind of a mistake because he didn't want to push that red so close to the right side cushion. Needs an angle. He got one. That was fortunate.
59.
Nicely played, well controlled. Needs one more red though. It's a tricky little shot, this. And it's one that could lose you the frame if you miss it. It's a little cut back into a blind pocket.
Even with the very best, you see this shot missed so often. You can't afford to scrape that near jaw, so players tend, if they do miss it, to hit the far jaw.
And that's the right way to play it. You're dead right, Phil. If you hit that near jaw, you leave it. If you hit the far jaw, it goes back towards the black, the red. Not easy. Play the cue ball. Yep, just what we were saying.
Judd Trump, 67.
Good break, but not safe yet.
Yes, 67 breaks often win frames, but not always.
is he thinking about it? It's going to cost him, I think. If you can see the red by the middle. Brave shot to take on, but there was movement in his backhand there.
One.
So 2 snookers required. So, not safe yet. You'd think he would want to keep the red on the table for 3 balls. Well, that's a snooker. But because the red's near the cushion, it just makes it that little bit more easier to hit. Now, he's got to just think, don't leave a free ball.
He'd feel a whole lot more secure if a couple of colours were in very awkward positions, but they're not. They're all there.
I think he'd hit this. With it being close to the cushion, it made it just a little bit easier. When Tom played the red to the balk line, it would have been a lot more difficult.
Lot of noise from the other side of the arena. That's because another frame is in the books. And Jamie Jones won it 7-5 over there to Higgins.
We talk about fractions, don't we? And that was fractions. He can get right through the middle of the pink and blue. Very, very unfortunate. So there's the colour safe that he was talking about, Phil.
Every little helps.
That's not good. Should have had a snooker there, really. But made sure of getting the red to the cushion. Yeah, it was a little tricky, that. Could so easily have hit the green.
Tom Ford has been a professional for 23 years now. He's seen all kinds of crazy stuff at the end of frames. The percentages clearly wildly against him. But salvaging this frame, not impossible.
Well, that's brought the yellow into play, which could benefit Tom if he gets the 2 snookers.
In his youth, coming through the ranks, sometimes Judd Trump wasn't as circumspect in this kind of situation as he should have been, but you learn the school of hard knocks.
Well, maybe a chance here for Trump to put this game away. Big pocket. Didn't need it. He doesn't seem to have a spring in his step yet, Judd Trump. I mean, that was a terrific pot. You normally see him bounce around the table.
Six. Nine.
But after losing the opening frame, especially in those circumstances, he'll be pleased. It's 2-1. Ford has missed easy balls in frames 2 and 3. Tom Ford remains seated. He drew first blood. Trump hits the front. One more frame to go before the interval. And Judd Trump will want to intensify the pressure.
Neither player has got the break covers yet. That's nowhere near the baulk cushion, is it? And this is what I'm saying. If you catch that cue ball too hard, sometimes you drop behind the yellow, but sometimes you leave the red on like this. Oh, wow. He wasn't anywhere near that, was he? And again, he leaves the red on. Can't believe he's missed it by that far. I can only assume that he's just feeling the pressure. Down at 76%.
One.
And
Ford's
another
red,
gift. Sorry.
Joe, wasn't in the same postcode as the pocket. It was an absolutely appalling shot.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we all play them, don't we? But normally, Tom Ford very good at the long balls. And there you can see the highest break so far, 22 for Tom Ford. Things have got to start improving for him. Yes, he had a great opening frame, potted some really good balls, the blue especially, but the pink wasn't bad after it, and he was low on the black, so it was 3 good shots there. But he hasn't improved on that. That's interesting. He's played to hold the spot there for the yellow, knowing that the yellow's going to go on the blue spot, so I can only assume that well, I thought he was going to go into the pack of reds from the yellow, but obviously that was not his plan. Disappointed with that one. Thinks he got a kick. Stopped him getting onto this red anyway.
Kicks have been largely eradicated with this new town chalk that the players use. Largely, but not completely.
12.
He's not there yet.
Trump, 12.
Judd Trump, but neither is Ford. Well, Phil and I just been talking off air and saying that these pockets are not playing big by any standards. Because sometimes when it catches the angle, they go in, but I don't think that was ever in. Or the black from Trump. That was certainly in.
1.
Yes, I think there are enough evidence out there to suggest that the pockets are far from generous. Looks like there's going to be fewer centuries in the first round than we've had for quite some time. Maybe going back to 2015. I know that centuries aren't the only metric in measuring the tightness of pockets, far from it, but I think they give a reasonable indication. Well, that was asking a lot on a 9-ball pool table.
Judd Trump, 4.
What cue power this is. Look at the cue power he's got on that. OK, the red didn't go in, but who could get the cue ball down that end of the table from that shot?
The other table, by the way, has gone on interval. John Higgins very quickly winning the 13th frame to love, helped by a break of 59, so Higgins leads Jamie Jones 8-5.
Yep.
Terry Camilleri called into action to clean the cue ball once more, and Desislava Boshilova this afternoon, the referee on table 1. She cleaned the cue ball many times in the first 8 frames of Rob Milkins against Dave Gilbert. So, Joe, we had the one instance of naughty snooker from Judd Trump, and now he's perfectly behaved.
For the time being. Well, Tom in charge of the safety at the moment. Big shot, this taking on. He could put Trump in trouble from that red by the black. But that's a much more positive shot. Terrific pot.
Like he's blue in the first frame. Outstanding.
That's so unfortunate. There's a nice split going into them. Had the perfect angle.
3.
And he has spread them nicely, but he's not on one. And may not be easy to play a telling safety shot. One that would put Trump in some kind of trouble.
Yep. On 4-3.
Well, he's left a couple of chances here for Trump.
Quite the pattern of play we anticipated. so far. Ford knows from personal experience just how dangerous Trump can be, what a phenomenal scorer he can be. 4 times Judd Trump has beaten Tom Ford, making 2 centuries in the match.
Well, he didn't really give that safety shot much thought there, Tom, because the way he played it, he couldn't avoid leaving this shot to nothing. Caught it much too thin, and because of that, the cue ball has come out of the baulk area, and that's left a good chance here. I think the red will cut to the middle.
One. Six. Seven.
That opens things up.
13.
Yeah, it was a well thought out shot, wasn't it? Knew he was getting the cannon to come down for this red.
Fourteen.
He's overhit it by a long way, you've got to say. He's put
16.
himself in trouble in this break now. Probably 2-3 foot out of position there. Recovered it well though. Just.
17.
Oh, I was so close to missing.
He's got that
22.
lazy, fluid delivery of the cue, which means he can generate effortless power.
23.
So once again, overhit that, so got to take the green or brown. Luck's favourite, just come down for that red to the left of the pink. I don't think either player has got used to the speed of the table as yet. Well, he's not happy about something, but that looks absolutely spot on.
28.
Nicely played. Nice little cannon. So 22 points the difference.
35.
He is going to need one of those safe reds
36.
near the left side cushion. And this is more like it from Tom Ford.
42.
Just looking to see where he wants to be on the pink after potting this red. So important to leave a good angle here to get to those two reds.
$43.
Perfect. It started with that red, didn't it?
$50.
Yeah, punished immediately after that, but I think it underlined that shot. Maybe a little bit of frustration in there. And this frame is not over yet.
On
37 points the difference, 35 on. So Trump, who is very adept at laying snookers, needs only one of them.
Do you know, Phil, I'm not sure if he got a kick there. He missed it by that much, and the red seemed to straighten up. And as you said, he's very good at getting snookers, and he nearly got a very good one there. The black's in a nice place for snookers. The pink is in a good place. Where's this red going to go? In the pocket. And that seals the fate of this frame for Trump.
One.
Really early stages of this three-session match.
8.
Actually, this three-day match. But so far, Ford
his demeanour around the table, it's a lot slower than what it normally is.
20.
He doesn't seem to be enjoying himself.
Tom Ford has made a decent start to his first best of 25 frame match in the Kazoo World Championship. He shared the first 4 frames. Judd Trump unable to dominate just yet.
Back on the bays, it's such a special arena. Judd Trump, we saw images of him from when he was a much younger man. He's got wisdom now, he's got an ability to win, and he's currently 2 apiece against Tom Ford. So let's hand back to Phil Yates and Joe Johnson.
Thank you. Frame 5. Tom Ford to break.
Welkom terug iedereen. 5e frame. In de eerste sessie van de tweede ronde. De wedstrijd tussen Trump en Ford. We hebben er 4 gehad. Er komen er nog 4. En hopelijk zijn die dan toch van betere kwaliteit dan de eerste 4. Want we zijn een beetje op onze honger gebleven, moet ik zeggen. Ik heb voor u nog een score-update. Want op de andere tafel met Higgins en Jamie Jones is weer een frame afgewerkt. Als u niet wil horen hoe het ervoor staat, even de volumeknop dicht. En voor de andere kan ik u melden dat John Higgins op 9-5 is gekomen.
Tom Ford set. Tom. One. Six.
Drie rode om mee te werken.
Seven.
Ja, die kan er net langs. Dus een prima resultaat. Dit zijn tafels waar je durft van te stellen dat dit een century break kan worden.
13.
voorlopig geen centuries vandaag. Niet vanmiddag, niet vanavond, ook niet in het duel met Higgins. Dat zou eventueel ook een statistiek kunnen zijn voor in de studio straks. Hoeveel dagen is het geleden dat we in de Crucible nog eens een dag hadden zonder century break? Misschien doet Ford er wat aan. Er worden ongelooflijk veel statistieken bijgehouden in het snooker. Zeker ook over het WK. En de meeste van die statistieken die zijn gebundeld in een boekje. Nou ja, zeg maar een boek. Het is een lijvige turf geworden ondertussen. De Snooker Almanac, Crucible Almanac. Want ik denk niet dat er een overzicht in staat van centuries dag aan dag. Dus ik kan het niet zomaar in 1, 2, 3 opzoeken. Hoe lang het geleden is dat we een dag hebben gehad zonder een century. Maar ik heb al gemerkt dat Alan McManus wel over een exemplaar beschikt daar in de studio. Misschien zit hij nu al met zijn neus tussen de bladzijden. Maar hopelijk is het niet nodig, die statistiek. Dit gaat de goede kant op voor Tom Ford. In zijn eerste match tegen Ricky Walden, 10-6, had hij geen century break.
56.
Ja, nu ook niet.
Tom Ford,
56. Nu ook niet. Ja, die kleine correctie die je moest maken, omdat hij daar wat van hoog naar laag moest stoten, die kwam er niet uit. Of misschien is het wel een kleine kick geweest, maar wat een kans op een counter voor Trump. Doet denken aan een van de frames tegen Hossein Vafai. Ik denk dat Vafai toen 67 had staan. En dat was niet genoeg.
Six. Seven.
Dit kan de kickstart zijn die Trump zoekt. Even onder druk gezet, nu volle focus. Omdat het moet. Ja, prima gedaan. Die bal een beetje beter gelegd.
22.
De moeilijkste bal is nu de bovenste van de 3 rode. Oh, hij zit erachter. Hij zit erachter. En dan gaat hij, ja, witte ook vervelend ver door.
Judd Trump, 30.
30 punten en een snooker, maar dat is eigenlijk wel goed nieuws voor Tom Ford. Want dat leek erop dat hij het frame zou gaan verliezen. Great shot. Maar dat is ook een hele sterke bal van Trump. Brengt de moeilijke rode in het spel. En zadelt Ford op met een snooker. Oh, die gaat binnen. Die gaat binnen. En dan ja, heeft hij een uitstekende klos ook. Geweldige bonus. De meesten zouden dit anders hebben gespeeld. Geel in de hoek, maar Trump had meer vertrouwen in een shot over 3 banden.
Six.
Met zwart erbij wordt het verschil 20. En dus moet Trump leeg spelen om op voorsprong te komen. Om op voorsprong te komen. Mooiste bal van de wedstrijd.
33.
Dit zal steken bij Tom Ford.
40.
Maar niet bij Trump. Pakt het frame en leidt met 3-2.
Allow that outrageous fluke from Judd Trump and then the outrageous clearance
Judd Trump to break.
to affect him. As for Trump, have we just seen the catalyst, the spark that sees him go off into the distance? Well done, Tom Ford.
One.
Well, that's more like it. The last time he attempted something like that, he nearly hit it full ball. So, yeah, that is more like it. Especially after what just happened to him in the last frame. Missed that easy red and then had a fluke against him. But, like all great players, you've got to put that out of your mind, and he just did that there with that long red. Too much side on the cue ball, too much speed.
6.
He was playing for the red next to the black and overhit it by a distance. Look at the side here. Yep, zip down there. No man's land. He'll be disappointed with just 6 from there because it was a great red he got in with. Perfectly onto the blue. That's a better speed. Well, couldn't have judged that any better. Problem with that shot, hit it just a touch hard, you leave an easy red onto the left corner. But played it well.
Apologising there to the crowd maybe for just playing cat and mouse. Sometimes you simply have to. He's had a really good season, Tom Ford. Quarter-finalist in the British Open. Same at the Wuhan Open in China. Runner-up in the International Championship. Quarter-finalist at the Scottish Open. The bridge hand wasn't where it normally is. And now Trump is banging amongst them.
Yeah, and he'll have some confidence after winning the last frame the way he did. I wouldn't be surprised now if Trump started to score.
1.
But as I said previously, I don't think he's got the speed of this table, although that has dropped absolutely perfect.
Six. Seven.
Noise from the other table. John Higgins was closing in on victory, but he missed a pink off its spot. That's why there was all the oohs and ahs and the groans. Occupational hazard when you play at the Crucible
12.
for the first 12 days.
$13. $20. $21.
No position.
And this is what I've been saying, that he hasn't quite found the speed of the table. He's used to playing on super fast tables, and these tables this week are not playing super fast. In fact, I don't even think they're playing fast.
No. Blue.
I'm sure they will get used to it, the players.
Trump, 21.
Yeah. Better to miss it, though,
Foul.
than catch it too
From
thick.
4.
Now, if this red goes to the right corner, I'm going to say if the red went, it was worth taking on, but he wanted it straight back.
Yeah. Have you got it, Mars?
Yeah. Like 3 balls this way. Stop. Have a ball this way again.
The voice of the marker you can hear is Marcel Eckhart, who will guide Terry Camilleri. Now,
Well,
Ford will be warned.
Yep.
Foul and miss. Judd Trump 4.
More or less the same shot, wasn't it? Same place. He's got to hit one, so I expect him to hit one. He's considering taking the red on that I suggested. He was trying to play the red in off the red, stay on the black. Now, if it had caught the red in any way, it'd have been safe. But he's missed the red completely, and he's left the red on to the middle.
One.
He'd like to get the blue back on its spot, but it's not a gimme. Yeah, nice little cutback, and just missed the red. So he's on it.
6.
And this is another good chance.
Yeah, it was a ticklish little shot, that. He didn't really fancy it, but now it's gone in. It's worked out a treat.
Seven.
A perfect position on the green. It's coming down for that red by the pink spot. Yeah, just over hit it.
10. $11. Yep.
The blue straightened, telltale sign of a kick.
16.
That's why he's having the cue ball cleaned. Yeah. Sometimes when there's a kick, it takes the pace. Sometimes it affects the potting angle, and that was the latter.
70.
Well, not too bad. He's on the red to the middle.
24.
Gradually accumulating a sizable lead in this frame, but he wants to put it away at this visit.
There we go. $25.
Great shot again. Very difficult to play reds into the middle, any ball into the middle pocket at that angle, at that speed. Now this must be a plant for him to have played that.
32.
Worth another look, wasn't it? And that should make
33.
sure. Well, no, he needs the blue. I'll be feeling better now.
38.
2-frame lead. And if my eyes don't deceive me, he's playing a little faster.
39.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Joe, because since the interval, I've noticed that also. It's not a massive difference in tempo, but there is an uptick.
44. 45.
He's had chances, and it started with this in the last
50.
frame. That was to go one up.
52 on the frame.
What we know for sure now, Judd Trump won't trail overnight. Balls are not being potted at the Crucible because
Thank you.
on the other table,
Frame 7.
that's inactive for a moment or so as they re-rack the balls. John Higgins' lead now reduced to 9-6. He looked a little nervy in frame 15 as he attempted to cross the line. Here, the winning post a long way away. Ford has never experienced a 3-session match here at the Crucible. Judd Trump's been involved in countless such encounters. He knows the rhythm of these contests, and he knows that when you're on top, and he is at the moment, you need to capitalise.
Well, it could have been easier, the red that is left, but he's left one. It rattled, but it dropped, and he's in. Came very close to missing this, caught that near angle, and sometimes they stop out on the near angle.
6.
Showing a little experience there. John Higgins coming back into the arena. So Trump gets up off the shot. Mind you, his concentration went anyway.
11.
Great recovery. Terrific recovery shot.
12.
Makes it look so easy.
Yeah, what was notable about that for me, we had a great camera angle down at his cue, and he was so still, so authoritative through the ball.
Once again, he's misjudged the speed. He's got to use the rest.
16.
He's straighter on the red than he wanted to be. Which meant he couldn't get closer to the black. No, doesn't have to do much with the cue ball here. Just drop the black in. The cue ball will take care of itself for the red.
24.
Again, it could have been worse. Right behind the blue. Doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. A little switch to right-handed, maybe. And look at the way he's played that shot. He's given himself choice of two reds there. If he's not ideal on this one to the right corner, he's on the one to the left corner.
28.
Yeah, an angle on the black to disturb the reds. And the cue ball didn't turn soon enough to go into them.
35.
Yeah, nicely played. Struck it so well, timed it beautifully. And now the right side of the blue to open these reds up. Now, is he on anything? Difficult to see from this angle if he's on this red above the black. He's not.
I think that's symptomatic of his evening in general. Just not quite working out to the optimum.
And he couldn't have hit that pink any better, could he? Right full in the face. No attempt at the pot. Getting that red safe on the cushion.
Judd Trump, 41.
Some insurance. I'd expect Ford to bring it straight off again.
Not Trump's highest break of the evening, but one of his best.
Well, was that a bad kiss for Tom Ford? Yeah, he can pot this, and he's put the pink safe.
One.
Well, you wouldn't expect him to miss from here,
6.
or at least win the frame.
7.
55 points the lead with the black. The two loose, well, there's 3 loose reds.
Yep.
Not happy with the contact. Got to go down for the blue.
We've become so accustomed, Joe, to kicks being a non-issue in snooker, and now they're cropping up, I think, this week more than they've done throughout the season.
It could have something to do with the cloth, you know. The cloth that they're using, it's the same cloth, but doesn't seem to be as thin as the other
15.
cloths that they've had on during the season. It's not running anywhere near as fast as what it normally does. Players are having to really punch the balls in rather than stroke them. But it's not going to make any difference to Trump.
20.
If he can pot this red, it's going to be 5-2.
21.
Applause for frame.
And as so many of his opponents have discovered to their cost, Judd Trump can be a monstrous front runner.
Well, it's very notable that
29.
he's playing faster. But as I said earlier, he hasn't got the speed of this table. He's short there again. Keep going back to this red that Tom missed, and it set the pattern for this barrage that Trump's now giving Ford.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, the red that Ford missed, he was 63-0 ahead in frame 5. Less than a handful of pots away from securing a 3-2 lead.
39.
In the end, Trump fluked the penultimate red, cleared with 40 to win it on the black. And it's been one-way traffic ever since.
He's quite literally running round the table now. And that's the bounce that was missing from his game in the first 4 frames.
48.
When he's buzzing, Trump, a sight to behold.
He has his own ways of getting on colours. And what about that one? I've never seen it played that way before. I'm sure it has been, but...
57. $60. $64.
Blue for his highest break of the session, eclipsing a 67 in frame 3.
69.
Trump on the move. It was 2-2. Now he leads 5-2. Judd Trump made a slow start. He looked a little out of sorts in the first 4 frames.
Last one for the session. Judd Trump the break.
But since the interval, he's been a lot more like his normal self. Tom Ford needs to do what Rob Milkins did this afternoon, engage in a degree of damage limitation. With the red up near balk, this might be a re-rack.
Touching.
The re-rack is receded.
Well, this red to the right corner, it's thin. Wasn't far away with that, Tom. Yeah, it's thin. But you would expect him to pot it. And that's okay.
One.
He's on the colour. Great cue power to come down for this red just above the black.
4. Five.
Aye, he might go into them. He's still got reds he could play for. Just depends what kind of an angle he's got.
Twelve. 19. 20.
So this time he's left an angle on the black to go into them. Doesn't want to put too much topspin on, otherwise he might miss them. Yeah, just the right amount, but they haven't been favourable.
27.
There's a red to the middle, but it's difficult. There it is. But such a difficult shot to play into a blind pocket from such a difficult red.
Yes, and with no positional guarantee.
Refusing it. Doesn't want to leave Tom Ford an easy chance to try and recover its confidence. And from there, he can play the red down by the balk line. That's a poor shot, you've got to say, from Trump. I don't know why he didn't play the other red. But he's given a chance to Tom. Just what he needed.
One.
He's a big bounce. Waving the cue ball off the cushion.
Crucial visit.
Yep.
This time, Ford didn't like the contact.
Okay.
It's a kick. Just straightened up the red.
They won't go away, will they, these kicks? They persist. They crop up now and again, just when you least expect them. It's been a pretty much kick-free zone, the World Snooker Tour this season. And now at the World Championship, they've returned. I do recall, though, Ronnie O'Sullivan suffering a massive kick during the Tour Championship. The red straightened like you would not believe. Oh, that's well thought out, well executed.
Yep, he played the safety as well. One. But it's given him the advantage now in this frame.
Brown. Come forward.
He might take a while pondering this, and you can't blame him. On the other table, they are fighting so hard to stay in the tournament, both of them, Jones and Higgins.
What about that for an escape? Tapping in on the table from Tom Ford. As he's walking round, he knew where that cue ball was going. Tremendous escape. It checks off the third cushion. And he knows this. Well, that was an ambitious safety attempt. And I suppose it could have been worse, having made contact with the red. Tremendous. Tremendous pot.
Lots of work ahead for Trump in this break. Black on the side cushion, pink out of the equation, blue off its spot.
Five. Brown. To Trump 5.
Turning the screw, keeping the pressure on Tom Ford. He'll settle for that. Very nearly came past those reds. And that would have left Trump with an easy starter. As thin as you can. And that looks... Well, it's a good speed.
You don't win 5 tournaments in a season without being the consummate match player, not the one-dimensional potter and break builder. When needs be, in frames of this nature, Trump is more than happy, more than capable to duke it out.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, what he's developed over the years is patience. He didn't have much patience before, but he seems to have it now. Lots of side on the cue ball there to check it away from the reds.
Tom Ford there just allowing the referee in to see where the cue ball is placed, just in case it needs to go back.
Yeah, he's getting good support here, Tom Ford. Good safety, but it shouldn't be too difficult to play off this. Yeah, great shot again. Well picked out. And is it going to come past the blue?
One.
No, if it hadn't have kissed the blue, it would be nicely on the green. Well, you could almost see the green pulling to the right angle there. I don't know if you saw the same thing there, Phil, but it again, you might see that green just turning to the right slightly.
Bridging over like that, it really was a toughie, even from short range.
One.
He just tried to bring that red off the cushion, that's all. He got the double kiss because he knew he was always going to be on the green. But to get to the green, to another red, is not quite so easy. Oh dear.
the frustration that Tom Ford has unsuccessfully tried to quell throughout his career is now coming to the surface.
Foul.
Don't know whether you heard Tom Ford there. He
Tom
said,
Ford, four.
so
Just
square,
1-6.
meaning the reaction off the cushion.
He's struggling. He needs an easy chance, and Trump is refusing to give him an easy chance.
1.
But because he's having to pot a variety of low-value colours, Trump, his lead is only going up in tiny increments.
Judd Trump, 4.
A hugely relieved John Higgins has just potted the brown. Jamie Jones, well, he needed multiple snookers now. There is no way back. You can see what it means. He was a little jittery getting over the line. He would be the first to agree, but John Higgins is through by 10 frames to 6. His chance of remaining in the top 16 is alive and well. But what a tough task. Next time out, he plays Mark Allen, starting on Saturday afternoon.
Quiet as you can, please. The other match is still in play.
So one table inactive, just a few balls left of this session. And some important balls to be potted here.
Yeah, it's not quite so simple, this. He can't play back down the table off these two reds. But he could come off the black cushion and just land up to those two reds. That's an option. He doesn't have to play that, but that's an option. I think he's playing it. Which is all about speed. Yep.
Just one quick back reference to John Higgins. The fact he's won as a seed means the record for the number of seeds to go out in the first round has been equalled, not beaten. 8. Half the first round matches, a first round now complete. Half the first round matches have been won by qualifiers.
So this time he could play the cue ball down by the green pocket. Cover the red to the left middle. He'd have the green, blue and brown to cover that red. And that's another bit of insurance, pushing that red to the cushion. Where's this red going? Well, it was an important fluke. Had it stayed on the lip, it was a gift.
The session began with a Tom Ford fluke, the cocked hat double brown that launched his clearance to black to win the first frame.
Well, developing the yellow, which gives him a good chance of the clearance now, if he gets a chance. It's good thinking. He could have rolled up behind the green or blue. But bringing the yellow off the cushion has enhanced his chances of winning this frame. And he's also got the snooker. Well, you could say a little fortunate covering the red. But a chance to develop these two reds and the pink, just skimming off them. Well, that's pretty good, that, actually, because I don't think you can find a path down to the baulk area. And if he skims off them, he could be in trouble next shot. Yeah, that was a chance to try and get in behind the black, and Trump wouldn't have been able to play this safety, but I think he's left the red on. Could have done with a kiss. But Ford's going to be in trouble.
after a period of broken play, that was a better pot than it might have appeared. But no position attached.
Blue. Judd Trump 1. Yep.
Well, I think that smile means he's missed the snooker. Don't think he can hit the one on the right. Well, yeah, but it could have been worse.
Thought it was a little clumsy not getting the snooker. Might regret that.
Well, a chance here for Tom to put Judd in some trouble.
We started the evening with a frame over half an hour. We're going to end it in exactly the same fashion.
One good for Tom Ford. That's all it takes now. One good pot. Very nearly fluked it. High. It's just pressure, isn't it? 30 points the difference, so red and a pink would be enough.
High for Tom Ford on the penultimate red. Hello, it would appear, for 6-2.
That's the difference between winning and losing, isn't it? Leaving it on the lip of the pocket. It was so close to going in, but just gave it a little bit too much to do. I fancied him for the red, really did, and all the balls were there.
Well, my report card for Judd Trump would be maybe a B. Nothing out of the ordinary from him. A definite improvement after the interval. And now he's going to celebrate and entertain the crowd with some
14
of his own sometimes unprecedented exhibition shots.
17.
He is well on the way to a 10th appearance in a Crucible quarter-final, to his 11th appearance in a ranking event quarter-final this season.
Did you see the zip on that cue ball then? He does like to entertain, Judd Trump. Always looking for something.
26.
At 2-all, Tom Ford was competing. Overnight, he'll be worrying because Judd Trump has won 4 frames in succession to take command. He leads 6-2 in this race to 13. He will be hard to stop from here.